on this channel. Welcome, Natasha.
Hello.
Hi. So the idea of this basically is the following, that next week on Thursday, I think it is, right, Natasha, I'm commentating on the Pro Biz.
Oh, I would do it on Wednesday if I were you.
Oh, it's on Wednesday.
We play Bughouse on Thursday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Aha. So on Wednesday then, next Wednesday, I'm going to be commentating on the Pro Biz Cup, and that's a great little event in which pairs, a professional player and an amateur player, play a game of chess, playing moves alternately. And yeah, it's great fun. I've actually played it a couple of times myself as well. Natasha's, you've played it loads of times.
I've played it quite a few. Yes,
Yes.
I'd probably not even remember all the ones I've done, but I've played. I've partnered Mickey Adams, Ju and Jun, Jules Moussard.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I've forgotten. I've partnered lots of different ones. It's very nice.
You've always done pretty well, haven't you? It's
mostly.
Yeah. I think with Mickey, you were in the running somehow for.
We were 2 out of 3,
prize,
I think. Me and Mickey.
Yeah.
We beat Caruana and Nakamura in the same day.
Nice. Wow. Has Mickey ever done that by himself? I'm never sure.
I don't know.
Quite an achievement. So no, brilliant. So I'll be commentating on this channel, and actually I just suddenly thought I haven't done a stream for a very long time on my channel, always using Natasha's software. So I just thought we'd do it here and just give that a go. So, oh, hi Zen Chess TV. Yes, a stream indeed. Good to see you.
Where should I be looking for comments? I didn't even think to ask you.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I've got them on my console here. I'm not sure you can see them actually, because okay. I don't think I can ever see. I can never see them on your console, so I don't think that you can see them. But I'll try and keep an eye on them, just like that. Yeah, I'm still getting to grips with, as I said, with all the options. I'm randomly clicking on stuff, and it's sort of coming out like that. I can show we'll leave it like that for now, and we'll work it out later.
Oh no, I do see. If I click chat.
Oh, then you see the
MDS stream.
Hey, that's great, brilliant. Oh, super, that's brilliant, because that's nice if you can see the comments as well. All right, well, we've been focusing a lot on Title Tuesday.
Talented Tuesday.
Talented Tuesday, that's the one. Sorry. And so we've been focusing on a lot of junior players who've come in and explained the games to us. And so 2 of those so far have been Stanley Badachoni and Supratit Banerjee, who are playing in this tournament and have been doing exceptionally well so far. So we thought we'd start off by taking a look at their games and seeing how that's going. We took a sneak preview, and as always, we think we've probably not chosen the best time. We've jinxed them somehow a little bit, which is although
mind you, it could yes, early days, right?
Early days. So let's have a little look at this is Supratit Banerjee against strong French international master Loïc Travadon, who I've never heard of, but that's a comment on me really, rather than the French. I am so many strong players nowadays. You know, you see 2600s and you think, how is it possible that I could have missed them? But it really is true. Loïc actually had a bit of a rough day yesterday, because he lost to Pranav Anand. Just a very long game. In the end, it was knight and bishop versus king. So he lost very late in the evening. And so now he's playing Supratit. But let's have a look how the game went.
It probably wasn't the draw he wanted to see, I would expect.
No, a tough one, really. But well, that's the thing. When you're professional, that's how it goes. So Supratit played.
So Loïc was born 2002. So
2002.
He's early 20s.
He's early 20s. Yeah, old by modern chess standards, but very young by our standards. It's
and Supratit's 11.
Supratit's 11, indeed. So Yeah, Subtit actually played really well. He drew with an IM and a GM yesterday. Had slightly the better of it against the IM. Sviatoslav Basakutsa. Basakutsa, that's right, and then he was much worse against Shreyas Royal, probably losing. England's youngest GM, but held it beautifully in a very long queen ending, 108 moves. Leela and Contempt. No, Leela Contempt is always weaker than Leela without, but just more fun. That's the thing. So D6 played by Loic. Lots of systems against the Rossolimo. There's G6, there's E6 that the engines like a lot, and there's D6 that was actually played by Sergei Tivyakov against Michael Adams in their famous World Championship. I think it was a quarter-final candidates match, and it went for ever and ever and ever, and Mickey finally managed to defeat Sergei. It's I've told this story many times, but Mickey said that he was seconded by Julian Hodgson. If you know Julian, very positive personality. And Mickey kept on saying to him, "Oh, I can't take it anymore. He keeps on coming back." And Jules said, "You've got him, Mickey, you've got him. He's nearly dead. And he just said that for about 10 consecutive games. And finally, Mickey won through, you know. So it's one of those things. But this is... yeah, quite a solid system, and then E5 from black. So yeah, just blocking up the center, stopping white from playing D4, and well, I mean, there's even thoughts, and I'm pretty sure that this was in Loic's mind here, of playing quick G5, G4s. Ooh. Would have been controversial in the old days. Nowadays, just standard, basically. So C3 was played. By Supratit, looking for D4, and that's quite normal. And then the move Bishop E7. It's why I'm saying that I think G5 was in his mind, because he didn't play Knight F6, he played Bishop E7, so sort of thinking of doing that. But now Supratit played a very quick D4 here, and very interesting plan played by Loic now, and we actually saw a blitz game recently in the British Blitz Championship, and I think it was in the Cambridge. I think was it the Cambridge Open Blitz? Not it was Ellis.
Was it Coventry?
Coventry. Yeah. That's right. Ellis played this
right
as well, and got into a little bit of trouble with black, but it was the same sort of idea. So you take, and then you play Bishop G4. So putting pressure on this knight on F3, and you're also attacking the pawn on D4. So white plays D5, and then you go knight D4. And well, there's a couple of things you could play. I mean, you could play a move like Bishop E2, but then black would get the two bishops. If you play something like knight D2, you've got to start watching out a little bit for the old rook C8 and knight C2. That could be quite
tricky.
Looks a bit tricky. So what Supratit did was, I think, normal here. Just have a look. I've got a few games in the database here, and that was to play the move Bishop E3. So black gives you double pawns. That is absolutely true. So your king side's a little bit weak. But this queen side is quite airy somehow. I mean, it's lacking the defense of the bishop on h5. You've opened the c file. I mean, white would normally need to strain such a lot in a position like this to play c4 to c5. And you've given that for free. So very risky. And in the game we saw, that blitz game of Ellis's, she got into a lot of trouble on the queen side there, but saved it at the last moment with some tricks. But it did look quite difficult. But Loic played this in a very interesting way. Normally you would have had the knight on f6 maybe, but Loic sort of exploited this he put the knight on h6, quite unusual, and Supratit played bishop e2, and then black played bishop g5, so swapping off the dark square bishops and trying to weaken the king.
Yeah,
I mean, it's quite interesting, this position. I mean, I don't know, I guess that as white I'd be
Do we know the clock times at this clock times, are those right at this
Those
point?
are the right clock times. So yeah, Supratit played reasonably fast actually. So I think he must have known this, but certainly Loic as well. You would expect. I mean, the beauty of having delayed this development of the knight actually is that Black is going to get a quick f5, which is could be quite awkward against the king. So yeah, I mean, I think what Supratit decided to do was to. I mean, I'm sort of wondering, just as a commentator and it not being my own king, whether White could start trying to grab the queen side and whether you could really go for that. I mean, the reason I'm vaguely thinking about it is that if you go f5 to f4, then when you've got the queen on here, you've got a safe square on b6. But I guess that probably if you went queen b3, what would Black do here?
Might they go b5?
Well,
is that too weak? You go a4.
Then we play a4. I think we're getting quickly at that queen side, whatever happens somehow. So I'm not. I mean, maybe Black would play this somehow. I mean, this is possible. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, you sort of think, well, what if I just wreck everything and then I might have some bishop h3. But it's very sharp. I mean, it's really sharp. I mean, Black will have some rook b8 takes b2 as well. I mean, it's. I find this a very difficult position to evaluate. It's what Supratit did was he played bishop e2, and he's looking to play knight f1 to g3, which is, yeah, I mean, a pretty safe way of playing, I think. The only question is, obviously, when you play safely, is are you going to be able to develop anything? Who's got then more to do? Because Black's swapping off some pieces, find it easier to defend the queen side now. So yeah, I'm sort of second guessing that decision to play safely like that. But I'm certainly the lines that you can see, it's quite risky somehow. So
and if so at the moment, if Black, it's not Black's go, because Black would take on e3. Would we take back with the pawn?
We have to, yeah.
We have to now, yeah.
I think you'd want to really.
Yeah.
The only question is whether it, just for a little while, it's a temporarily rather loose structure. So White Black would have a few little things. Bishop e3 is interesting somehow. I think that's probably why Supratit took on g5. But the problem is when you take on g5, I'm sort of now feeling that I'm not sure how much White has got now for the weakened king side and for Black's growing counterplay here. So somehow I'm having the feeling that this has gone a little bit wrong, without really being sure what White could have done better, apart from maybe go for this queen side and and just really try and make it a race, basically. That's what I'm sort of thinking. I mean, I was vaguely wondering as well whether you could even play queen b3. You give up this. If bishop here, I'll just go knight d2. I'll give up that pawn, which was a bit useless anyway, and then I'll take on b7 quickly. I don't know.
Yeah. At least the pieces are out, right?
Pieces are out. Yeah. I mean, looking at it, I'm sort of feeling, that some activity was really required here, and maybe quite quickly. But yeah, obviously always easier to say as a commentator. So queen c1, queen h4, queen c7 was played by Supratit. So really felt obviously that he needed to get in there. But f5 played queen d6 and knight f7. That's quite an elegant
knight's
move.
going to g5, isn't it?
Yeah, it's protecting e5, hitting the queen, and the knight's coming to g5. And obviously you go fe and then knight g5 to h3. That's going to be really dangerous somehow.
And the queen can't really go to e6 to pin it, because then the rook will just
well, in actual fact, that is actually what Supratit decided to do, which is quite a decision somehow. Although, yeah, again, second guessing it, I'm not 100% sure. I suppose my sort of feeling normally would be the queen on b6. Keep within range of that just in case, but keep within range of this somehow, and hope that that works, but I'm not 100% sure. I mean, it might just be going horribly wrong somehow. What Supratit did,
he was looking to take on f5. Oh, he did take on f5.
he did.
Oh, wow.
He gave up. Basically, he's given up the queen for rook and piece to break up the. He's spent a lot of time around these. Where did he spend his time actually? I just spent around here somehow. I think he was, obviously it's a tough decision here, but he took this decision reasonably quickly, I have to say. Just decision to give up the queen like this and just try and survive like this. So, I mean, basically, he's going to have a pawn, a piece, and a rook for the queen. I mean, that's pretty. The only thing, of course, is that
the pawns aren't very pretty, are they?
The pawns aren't pretty. The problem is the king, basically, and obviously Black's got some fairly obvious things that he can do there to put pressure. I think it's really the key is really, are you going to be able to survive just immediately? If you can sort of get your pieces together, but then maybe, but it could well be that you're just sort of losing immediately somehow. I mean, for example, I could try knight h3, even knight h3, knight f2, right? And king f2, I've got queen h2.
And that wins back the knight already.
That wins back the knight already. So
he's gained 2 pawns or something.
Yeah, and obviously the h7 pawn is always there as well, and you've opened up the king. So I don't know.
Not game over then?
It could be. Knight h3 has been played, king g2, and now.
I suppose you don't have to.
You don't have to take. No, you don't have to take. You could just wait, and but queen h3 is, well, yeah. I mean, you'll go knight h3 to f4. You can just sort of say, okay, well, I'm just waiting, but obviously it's quite a difficult position there for Supratit there. And I think there's been some very non-standard clever play there, and I think it was probably just tricky knowing when to defend and when to attack somehow. And I think probably White just erred a little bit on the side of caution there, whereas with this very non-standard development, Black's just way quicker than you'd expect. I think that's the thing. So, but we'll see. Supratit is a really tough player. Very tough defender, so we will see what he can make of this here. I do remember Lloyds Bank. I think it was 1986. I held eventually it was rook and pawn versus queen and pawn against Dave Norwood for about 140 moves. I was.
You got the draw in the end.
I got the draw in the end. I was 11 or 12, I think. It is all possible.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. We've got our other talented Tuesday guest, Stanley Badaccioni. Let's have a look how that is going for him.
So he's Black against an IM here.
Yeah, against Felix Tulczynski from Israel, IM 2409. So yeah, tough pairing as Black, but with the way that Stanley's been playing recently.
So King's Indian from Stanley.
King's Indian indeed. Shall I turn the board around, actually? Would that be
yes, that would help.
That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Flip board. There we are. So it's a Makoganov system. That's 5h3, named after the great Soviet player. And with bishop e3, so not committing the knight. This is kind of the current hot system against the King's Indian. So knight c6, an amateur's move, you would have said, in my professional day, and nowadays played an awful lot. There's also a system that actually I used to play as White an awful lot. Almost invented it, actually, I would say. And there as well, they're playing knight c6 against that, which I analysed it at the time, but it was more of, well, nobody's ever. Now it's virtually the main line. So funny how chess changes somehow.
Hi, Peter Finn. Hello.
Hey, Peter Finn.
Stanley often plays the King's Indian.
Make videos about more normal openings or engine openings. I'm not sure, Mr. Pizza. Maybe. It's possibly. It depends really what I'm looking at with those sort of things. Yeah. It's just what can I say? I do everything I can. When I can really. So but yeah, I'm always open to new things. Oh, there we are. Oh,
Oh.
I've clicked on something there. Clicked on something.
You've made it big.
I've made it big there. How?
How do you get it? How do you?
There we are.
Oh, there we are.
Oh, you can show and hide. Sorry, well, there we are, Mr. Pizza. But yeah, thanks very much. I will always considering these things. It's just finding the time somehow. So D5 played, knight e5 and g4, and I mean this is the big drawback to this knight c6 system, that you've got nothing in the center, right? So you get pushed back. On the other hand, you're claiming that with white sort of exposing himself so much, there's lots of little weak squares behind the pawns there simply, so you might be able to exploit that, but not easy. It's risky. Yeah, that's right, Peter. Some participant has played very well indeed, it must be said, quite originally as well. So it's just a question of whether Sapratic can sort of hang on somehow, and he's a very good defender, but it's going to be a toughie, that one. So 92 played. And well, I mean, Stanley starts, I suppose you'd say, nibbling away at the corners, just sort of trying to tease out some weaknesses and set up some tactics. If you play b3, for example, then I might have a knight g4 and stuff like that. It's that sort of thing that you're looking for.
Yep.
Queen d3 played. And now, Stanley took on d5 and played knight a4. I wonder about that one. I mean, the queen might get a bit short of squares at some moment. It's just maybe taking, but I sort of want to try and dilute this center a little bit somehow. But yeah, I don't know really. I mean, I can understand the urge to swap off some pieces. It's just that white's still very solid here somehow and got all that space. So so Stanley sort of goes back on the defensive there, basically, and starts reorganizing his pieces. But white obviously has got a very big space advantage. Really got very much what he wanted. You can see actually that Stanley's quite a bit behind on time there as well,
yeah,
which is so unusual.
Very unlike him.
So unlike Stanley. So bishop d7 played, knight e4 and queen c8. And I think Stanley just tempting out his opponent here. He's actually threatening g takes f5, threatening queen takes c4. So he's basically saying, okay, well, if you want to do your best, do your best. Mm-hmm. And so his opponent, his opponent starts spending quite a bit of time now. He played quite quickly, but obviously getting a little bit nervous there.
This looks like a good move, though.
Looks like a good move. And this exchange sacrifice, first sight, I would say is very, very strong, I would have thought. Just weakening the dark squares there. And queen f2. So what are we threatening here? Well, actually, we're threatening queen h4, which looks quite nasty. Could conceivably be a bishop h6 and then queen h4. But queen h4 looks kind of nasty there. So what did Stanley do? Stanley has played the move bishop takes g4.
Could you go? What happens if you go queen d8? They just go bishop g.
Queen d8. That's a good question. Let's have a little look. What could we do here? How would we actually do this? I guess bishop g5 here, and we're threatening knight h5.
That looks pretty bad, actually.
It looks quite nasty. I mean, I don't know though, because couldn't we go queen b6 then? We could do bishop e3, queen d8. Maybe we just go rook f1, actually, to be honest. Maybe that's more the move. And we're just threatening queen h4 here, you know, and then queen h6 or bishop h6. It's really nasty, I think. So, I mean, Stanley took on g4 here. And the idea, of course, is create some confusion. And if takes here, he'll probably just go knight takes g4, takes. And, well, I mean, black's got 2 pawns for the... hey, Whiskey Sour.
Hello, Whiskey Sour.
Glad to see you here. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to claim that you've got 2 pawns and a rook for the 2 pieces. The only problem is the 2 pieces are the 2 bishops. And
yeah, that's going to be scary.
A move like bishop d4 looks quite worrying somehow. Yeah, just
yeah.
For example, if you go, you know, we're threatening rook e7, and if rook f7, then rook e7 there.
Oh, and then queen f6.
Then queen f6. Although, yeah, no, is that winning? No, that's probably not winning though, because I just come back here. Queen e7, I've got queen there, and queen here, I come here.
Okay.
Maybe I'm... Sorry?
Hi, Tricky.
Oh, hey, Tricky. We can't escape you, Tricky. Wherever we turn, you're there. Glad to see you. Good to see you, Tricky. So, yeah, I mean, it's difficult, but okay. You know, I think I think Stanley's just made the right decision there. Just, you know, White's going to calculate, going to see, can I win, you know, without doing that? And yeah, maybe he can. I mean, there are moves like, for example, queen f4 that look quite nasty. But you've always got to be careful with these.
Maybe Stanley can move the bishop back.
Yeah, you can move the bishop back, but then we want to go check. Ooh. And bishop g5 checkmate.
Ooh.
So that's it's quite a nasty threat, that one. Maybe we go queen f5 instead. And oh, okay. Well, yeah. We throw in knight f3, maybe.
Hey.
Or, you know, or bishop f3. Just chaos, really. I mean, that's what White's got to. That's always the difficult things, you know, the practical things. Simply, you've got to finish it off. You've got to think it through and make it work, and that's always where problems can occur. So what Stanley's done, I think, you know, just giving White, you know, at least the option to have choices. Chronically online. No, Bughouse is on next Thursday.
On Thursday, yeah. Yes.
So, yeah, I think it's a good practical choice, and just hope that White gets nervous and then see what chances you've got. You know, I think that's probably the best attempt. But a nasty opening, I think, you know, was definitely. Just have a look, separated. Oh, no, a little check was given.
Repeating, but I guess... Well, he'd take a draw, I guess, in this position.
Oh, good Lord, yes. No, I think maybe he's repeating, and then he'll go for that. Maybe. I mean, I'm not quite sure why, because you've got 50 minutes extra somehow. Like you've got 50 minutes to 7, so repeating.
He's just trolling him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, engines always do it, but you know, always it's always recommended to repeat as a show of strength, you know. But still. I'm never quite... Actually, Alex Kolovich wrote an interesting comment in his book on Capablanca recently. He's saying that he hated repeating. It always made him nervous. I wish I'd known that during my career, because I spent so long in these positions, you know, trying to work out that a repetition was fine in order to show how strong I am. It just ended up confusing myself all the time. It's... Anna Maria Casarian. Yeah, that's right. She's streaming this live. She's always on board 7.
I saw her giving her opponent a good stare the other day.
Oh, really? Oh, it's this is quite a nice position for White, really. Just as long as you're not losing something with a knight on h4 to some sort of discovered attack, then normally speaking, you've got quite a nice attacking structure here, and Black hasn't really got anything going on the queen side there. So yeah, that looks quite nice for White. Let's have a look. We will keep on dipping back into our Talented Tuesday guys, Supratit and Stanley. obviously a bit backs to the wall at the moment, but we have faith, so we will keep on looking back. But we can also have a look at a few games by other English young players who we perhaps should think about getting for Talented Tuesday.
Yes.
Let's start off with Harry Grieve. Should we start
Let's
off with
see
Harry?
Yes.
So this is Dani Yufa, Spanish Grandmaster, over 2600, against Harry Grieve. So yeah, it's been one of these slow King's Indian attack sort of thingies. Although well, black has kept the pawn on d6, so it doesn't give white the opportunity after d5 to play e5 and go for a kingside attack. So white's played it very solidly here. This is a slightly unusual idea. He's played e5, and then he's just gone back to c1 somehow. So, well, we've kind of got this. You do often see this in the sort of reverse King's Indian somehow, just strange move orders somehow. And I have to say, white keeps on playing rather strangely somehow. These knights are going to places I've never really seen. The funniest chess junior to Talented Tuesday. I'm not sure they do ELO ratings for comic effect, Tricky, but it's so bishop d7, a5. So yeah, it's I guess that if Harry could have done, he probably would have wanted to play b6, but you would have got hit by c4 somehow, which would have been nasty. So a5 played, knight e4, bishop e7, knight bd2. I mean, white's kind of made that little gain somehow, but it's not amazingly impressive, you know. Knight d4, white's played c3, so now the d3 pawn is a bit weak, but obviously you couldn't tolerate those pieces. I would have been tempted actually to try and play knight b4 in this position if I could.
Oh, to stop c3, yeah.
Yeah, you can't do it. It's a well-known thing in the King's Indian. The only thing maybe Harry was slightly worried that knight c4, bishop f4 would come, you know, and the queen would be rather short of squares. I mean, just imagine, you know, something like this happening would be rather embarrassing, you know, with a check winning the queen somehow. So yeah, that's Tricky. Then that is your task for this year, Tricky. Play a notable game. That's the that's the goal for today. So so the maneuvering carries on. I mean, as always, you know, with these positions, often as white, I play them quite a bit with white, these positions, and you always feel like you're making progress, but then when you look at your position, you think, and what can I actually do? You know, it's just part of it is just trying to convince your opponent that you're making progress and hope he panics. But now some action has been done. I mean, Harry's put his pawns on f6, e5, or white's kind of, you know, sort of asked Harry to do that. So there's some weaknesses here. On the other hand, there's a much better clamp on the center. So, you know, it's swings and roundabouts, really. And now another rook's pawn push just to weaken the king side. And now white comes in with queen g4. And well, I think we're getting to the crucial moments now where we're going to find out whether, you know, these weaknesses that Daniel created, were they worth something, or has it just helped black?
The pawn on g6 looks quite weak to me.
Yeah, the first impression that you do have, I have to say, is that pawn on g6 is exceptionally weak. And yeah, I mean, you are getting seriously worried about things that might happen.
Maybe defend with the king.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to come around here because I think you know, well, you're certainly, you know, unless you've got something wonderfully concrete against this, you're going to be very worried about a rook coming to h1. You might be able to play the king to f7. F5 is possible, but looks incredibly risky like that. But it's something that you might look at if you're getting a bit desperate somehow. Oh, tricky. So, I wouldn't. So I would say that king f7 would be the thing I want to do
Gukesh
first.
plays all this daredevil stuff, doesn't he? Where he just kind of
does.
He says, "Go on, do your attack, and if you haven't checkmated me, I'll survive."
Indeed. Yeah, I mean, now this is quite interesting. I mean, you know, one thing that you're sort of thinking of is if that pawn could go, I'd happily sacrifice my knight for that pawn. So I'd have knight takes e5 and then queen g6,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
But it's not easy to do. I mean, if you take there, I just take here and I'm fine. And I can go here, which is kind of dangerous. Only now the g pawn stops my queen from getting in. But I mean, as a speculative sacrifice, this is probably quite dangerous because g5 is going as well. I mean, you could also go bishop
You'd do it in
g5
Bug
here.
House, wouldn't you?
Exactly, yeah. If there's nothing at stake, you know, even in blitz somehow you'd do it, or you know, as time gets short. Yeah, that vaguely reminds me of my game against Johnny Rowson at the London Classic, where I just yeah. We'd maneuvered for so long, I just couldn't take it anymore. So I just decided, well, it's going to have to be sacrifice or death, basically. So, I mean, that's already dangerous. But of course, what we've also got with white, we've got some ideas about some breaks. The one thing you've got to watch out, kind of, I guess, is that black might be able to chase back the queen. The only problem is that, you know, a move like f5. Just go knight g5 check, and then this one's very weak, and I don't think that you're going to be able to to get hold of the queen. Yeah, bishop d7 might be tempting, you know, to try and chase the queen away, but then we'll have knight g5 and bishop d5 ideas.
Yeah, that looks
It's
good.
really oh, I think it's just a lot of it is just sort of you know, you just look at the number of pieces you got in the area, you look at how weak the opponent's king tricky, and then you just say, well, I imagine it probably will. Plus maybe a few little variations where you sort of see a few nice tactics working. That always encourages you a lot, I have to say. But okay, that's all possibilities I'm pointing to. Do we have anything more concrete than that? Harry's having a good long think here. I'm not surprised, because if you get this wrong and you play too quickly, it could just be losing. I don't see, though, anything, you know, obviously lost against after king f7. So I think you're going to be reaching that move quite quickly, as you know, even from just a process of elimination, I think. In all fairness, I'm not sure that f4 helps amazingly. I don't know that it's really helping that much as a move. You know,
You might go rook f1, yeah.
Maybe, but yeah, I don't know. D4 is possible too, but again, I'm not 100% sure that it's helping that much. None of your friends are playing in this tournament. It was kind of restricted access, so only the first 120 were allowed in, basically. So I think a lot of people were not able to play in this tournament.
There's a rating cutoff, isn't there? I think you have to be above.
Also, oh yeah, also as well, yeah. I mean, it's a really strong tournament, this one. My goodness. So, okay, I am going to sacrifice Daniel's pieces, I think. So takes, knight e5 check, king g8, and what do I fancy? Bishop g5 or knight g6. I quite like knight g6. Because, I mean, I might also have ideas like queen h3 to h8 somehow, which, you know, makes me happy. So how are we going to defend this with black? I mean, that is actually quite a good question. It really looks very difficult for black. It's a bit hard to know where to get started somehow. That's the problem. But maybe we just need to, often with these things, you just need to.
Hi, Ocelot.
Hey, Ocelot. We were wondering. No stream of ours is complete without Ocelot. So, I mean, something like queen d7 at least stops queen h3. I mean, you could go knight e7 there, but maybe then you could go knight e7 and just say, I'm going to swap off the light squared bishops and maybe survive. You know, takes, and queen d5 check, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
That would be all right, wouldn't it? So, but maybe after queen d7, I can play the move queen c4. Pin you that way, and who knows, maybe threaten some things. But But okay, I mean, I play bishop f6. I keep myself together. I'm surviving there. I'm surviving there with black. Oh, Harry's gone bishop d7. Ooh.
Oh, now what's? Oh, this is the line with the.
No, but wait a minute. He's allowing queen g6 there.
Oh. Bishop f5.
He's not, is he? He's no. That would. Can't believe it. I can't believe that. That must be what he's aiming for, right? Queen g6, bishop f5, queen h6. I feel like we're jinxing everyone, Natasha, today.
I must admit, every single one we've popped in on has seems to be in trouble.
Oh. But I think he must be intending king f7 here. It's the only thing that makes sense to me somehow, just to...
yeah. Maybe he doesn't need to... What was it like? Does he need to... Oh, he does need to put bishop f5, because otherwise you just can't even go king f7.
Yeah. So, I mean, rook h8 is a threat, and the queen's trapped. So, I mean, that would be quite nice counterattack. But obviously what I'm worried about here is knight g5 takes, and now...
Knight e5.
Well, let's start with knight e5. I'm wondering whether rook e5 could also be quite nasty. I don't know whether you saw Rose Atwell's tweet. She played it's American Junior, and she's always sharing on Twitter what she does. It's always really nice, It's always round 3 I lost, round 4 I won. But she won a brilliant game against a GM, I think, and
really?
with a rook f5, brilliant rook f5. So I'm sort of
nice.
I'm sort of thinking of rook f5. It was. But knight e5 is the obvious one. King g8. Well, maybe Harry's going to be claiming here that he's okay. Yeah, it's possible. Feels incredibly risky and
what's the score? He's given up a piece.
It's for 2 pawns only. So yeah, I mean the material's quite good. It's just that you feel
yeah.
Surely there should be. Oh, you saw the. Oh yeah, Agad Martor did it. That's right, Ocelot. That's right. It was a really cool game. I mean, she's a good, solid player. She's about 2250, 2300, and a couple of IM norms, so getting stronger all the time. But this was real. This was real. Yeah, real attacking. Big attack, really. It was really impressive.
How old is Rose?
I think she's about 14 or 15. So and unbelievably keen on chess. Just playing. You just hear she's playing like all the time, every tournament. And she plays like these 3 tournaments back to back, where she's she's 2 rounds a day, and so obviously fitting it around school holidays and everything. It's really incredibly keen on chess. Really nice to see. I mean, this is really dangerous, but I'm thinking, g4 or maybe c4 or rook a4 or something, but I'm not seeing knight g6 maybe. I'm not seeing a clear win somehow, but obviously I'm just very nervous, but maybe. Yeah. It's been played. King f7 has been played, so Harry is doing that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now the move you're worried about is...
Well, knight g5 is the first one. They're probably on that. I mean, I'm just wondering whether when black goes rook h8, whether I was thinking would knight g5 be stronger then? But you head back to g8, and you've still got that thing somehow. But it's just you do really feel that here, there must be something simply. It's just. You're sort of feeling it can't be true that this is surviving, but okay, you've got to prove it, and I guess that's what Harry is really going for. Just well, okay, I might be in desperate trouble, but you're going to prove it now. And as always, that's not as easy to do as you might think. I mean, takes and rook e5 is quite interesting. Just thinking about it, because if you go rook h8, I'm just thinking of it in prophylactic terms, really. I can go bishop takes d5 check.
Rook takes.
And after rook d5, I could probably take on f5 and then take on
Yeah, nice.
on h8 like that. That would probably be quite nice. So let's have a look at rook takes e5 then. So what are you going to do? This knight has got to remain somewhere. I would have vaguely thought that you need to bring it back to f6 somehow. So if you go queen c6, I take and I go knight e5.
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well,
one of those things. He's attacking my queen as well.
Mutual queens on freeze. Takes.
Yeah, he's holding it together.
Oh gosh.
By a miracle somehow. So, but wait a minute, queen c6. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. This can't be true. Can't be true. Okay, let's take and go queen h7 check first. That's probably more nasty. If you go there, then I will go there.
Yes. Okay.
And well, you can go round to e6, but I'm going to check you and
yes.
Yeah. That's nice. That's nice. So queen c6 looks suicidal and was. So that's not possible. Rook h8, bishop d5. I mean, the possible moves. I think knight f6 is more or less the only thing I could really think of. Of course, we still are threatening rook h8, although we would have queen g5 then. Yeah. But if I go bishop g5, which was my going to be my suggestion, then rook h8 kind of falls into that. Again, I'm not 100% sure that all works, but maybe it does. Yeah, I think it does, because rook e7, we've got queen e7 there.
So maybe you double rooks instead.
Double rooks,
as in rook onto e1. Yeah.
Yeah, this looks very. I mean, this looks really dangerous, right? I mean, I think you'd settle for that. But I just see actually that Daniil has gone much quieter here. He's played knight e3. This is also prophylactic, because if you go rook here, he'll go knight takes d5, rook d5, queen h8. That's
right.
And the idea is that if knight e3, obviously he's going to bring the queen back.
Yeah.
An escape there. That looks like a very sensible move. It's not the move the crowd wants, not the move that Tricky wants or Ocelot wants, but I think that this is probably a pretty good move in actual fact. The only question, of course,
can't black just start swapping things off? Like bishop takes e4.
Bishop e4, maybe.
Yeah, the weak white squares around the king.
Weak light squares there. I think that Harry's going to have to take on e3. I think, because I mean, knight f5 is a huge threat as well. You know, so so I think probably knight e3, queen e3, and okay, and then you're just going to claim, right? Well, okay, I'm I'm a pawn down, but I'm still there. Maybe I'll put a rook on h8 and do your stuff. Yeah, Harry's taken on e3, so I think that's what he's going to do. Probably rook h8 or something, and and just kind of, I mean, it's still got to be won. This, I mean, you can imagine. I mean, queen c8, bishop h3, and then you go, really. So Harry's dangerous. So yeah, it's not over, but obviously you feel that White's made some good progress there. Let's just have a quick look.
I see an English player with an advantage, according to the engine. Jonah Willow on 5.
Jonah Willow. Oh, I like Jonah Willow's position. Oh, knight b5 against Martin Kramer, GM 2571.
Wow. So what's the story? If that takes, you go, and then bishop
d5, and then then bishop a7.
Very nice.
Oh, this is massive. This is really nice. So, and if knight a6, I guess that Jonah's just going to take on a7 and just claim he's going to be lots of pawns up. Oh, this is horrible for black. My goodness. Jonah.
I think Gawain did a trick like this before. I'm sure he would have. Yeah.
Ah, Mr. Beads, slow positionally crunching moves.
You're not getting that here.
You are of the refined classical school, Mr. Beads. I know that absolutely. It's this is but yeah, this is very strong for white somehow. So okay, let's go back. We don't want to jinx at all, but let's go back and have a look how Socrates is doing. Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, knight f2 did happen. He just repeated
Yeah,
like 5 times and then did that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. And I guess that this is looking rather, yeah, the coordination has been rather destroyed there. So yeah, for example, if you go f takes e4 here, the idea of I guess will be to do something like rook d2 and queen f4 check.
Oh no. Yeah.
So I fear that this one is yeah, this one is too tough, really.
Yes.
But I mean, if you look at Socrates' last 3 games, he's drawn against a 2480 IM, 2500 GM, and now he will have lost against 2490 IM. You know, for an 11-year-old, that's pretty impressive somehow. You know, so yeah, really good. And let's have a look. Stanley is confusing matters and on time. So white tried to play h5, hg, queen c4, and now white's wondering, how am I going to finish this off and win?
What about knight h5?
Well, I think we just take it, don't we?
Yeah. And then...
Well, the point is, I don't think you've got a forced win here. I mean, I think that's the... I think that's just the thing that you're grateful for, and then the rest you leave to the fate in the laps of the gods, really. But you know, I mean, something like this, you can throw in queen h6 first, maybe, but probably that's not handy. Yeah, okay. I mean, maybe you go rook e8 and then go f6 and then say, okay, well, I'll have some queen d3s maybe, or whatever.
What about queen h6 though?
Oh, queen h6. Okay, okay. Sorry, I'm trying. You know the point I'm trying to make, just not very well. Maybe queen d3, rook f1, rook e8, haha, and then just say, well, do something. If you go bishop c1, I go queen d4 and then h4. You know, the good old. I'm talking it up here, but yeah, but this has got confused, right? I mean. And you know why it's only got 12 minutes left? He had like an hour and 20 minutes, 6 or 7 moves ago, you know, and now he's behind on time. So,
Jonah Willow's opponent resigned.
Resigned.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, I think it was the time situation probably contributed. You know, he had no time. Oh, 2 plus 2.7 as well also contributed. But yeah, that was. Oh, okay. Oh, he played knight b8. Oh, I think, yeah, probably the combination of clock and having made
embarrassment.
that blunder before. Yeah, a little bit, I think. Yeah, you know, it's well done, Jonah. Brilliant. I think Jonah's having a good tournament, right? He's yeah, he's done the Swiss Gambit. He drew the first round, but then beat two players he should do, and now he's had a great result against a very strong German grandmaster. So excellent stuff, Jonah. Well done. Should we drop into Badana?
Let's do
it. Banana Shivanandan. There we are. How's Badana been doing so far? She lost the first round to Niam, then she's drawn 2 against decent players, and playing Alistair Hill at the moment. So
Alistair's a good player.
Yeah, Alistair's a good player, actually. No, it's true. Yeah. Jonah was or maybe didn't resign and ran out of time. It could be. I think it was kind of probably a bit of self-disgust, I think, from Martin. But with that clock situation and the position, I'm 100% confident that Jonah would have won that. So Alistair is a pawn up there.
Yes.
And yeah, looking yeah, I mean, it's an IQP, so you know, it's not a clear 100% clear pawn, but you would have said normally that white's for choice. And of course, there is the other unpleasant matter of that pawn on a6 that's going. So
looking tricky. Maybe Bodana should bring her queen into f4, knight e4, and try and generate something, and just give up the.
Yeah, I'm not sure that. I think Bodana's more likely to play maybe a queen f5 and somehow try and survive it, you know, with super solid play. I think that would be my guess, but I'm not.
Yes.
We'll see. We'll see who.
See what she does.
Yeah, I don't really know, but well, I mean, Bodana's just. I told you, didn't I, that I did the chess base style reports on all of the players for the Pro Biz, and that Bodana was actually more or less the only one who had something like aggressiveness 20%, calmness 150%, or something like that. Don't ask me really what those figures mean, but you, for example, were aggressiveness 150%.
Oops. I need to tone it down.
So it's, but you know, it was you know, quite unusual for you know, and that was based on hundreds of games. I mean, she's played loads, of course, like all the juniors. So yeah, quite striking profile, really, very unusual for.
I tell you what, though, it's not as unusual as you might think for juniors, because I did some style reports on juniors that had won the World Junior Championship.
Okay.
And quite a few of them had a surprisingly, they were active, but quite a few of them were quite like solid and defensive as opposed to crazy attacking.
Yeah, no, it's just that, you know, when I was a boy, yeah, I mean, you know, the way that you were trained was simply, everyone said, oh, you should just play gambits all the time, you know, just get used to giving up materials. I think you did the same, right? I mean, you had the same. You know, and that, you know, so it always surprises me to see, you know, young players playing calmly. But actually, of course, Supratit is also, I think, you know, very much towards the Michael Adams style, and you know, away from the, you know, the John Nahn, the John Spielman, the tactics sort of people.
Julian
Hodgson as well. So yeah, you know, and from that point of view, of course, David is more towards that mold as well. You know, David Howell, extremely grindy, of course. It's but yeah, this is going to be it's not a nice position for black. Yeah, Bodana's gone for the exchange of queens somehow, so that's what she's going for. Although I am actually slightly wondering, isn't queen? Oh, if queen b6, she probably just wants to go back. Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's, oof, it feels a bit ropey, really. Knight b7, putting a knight on b7. It's the worst square for the knight, always. So I'm a little bit worried about it, but I can't see. Well, let's go queen a4. Actually, let's go queen a4 here. Or are you going rook b6? Maybe. Possible. d5. Rook d8, maybe. Yeah, maybe just holding together. It's just a bit of an ugly square for the knight there. Let's have a look. Who else have we got? We've got
Trisha. I think she's playing Hebs, isn't she?
Oh, is Trisha playing Hebs? Yes, of course.
I think so.
Yes, there we are. Oh, Hebs. Ooh. So what is this position?
Hebs' queen? That's what I want to know.
Indeed. So this is also a sacrifice of queen for rook, piece, and 2 pawns. But of course, this is quite. Yeah. What is this position? I would say that black is doing fine. Just the queen's a powerful piece somehow. You always underestimate it. You think, oh, I've got enough material and there's weaknesses, but somehow the king's quite fluid, can always escape, and the queen, once the queen gets going, then it's always quite difficult. The queen's a bit restricted at the moment, but it's black to move as well. That might be important. Problem is, I mean,
threaten mate.
You can threaten mate, only it's not really threatening mate because it's going to be rook e1. So we just go rook e8 check, and here that's the problem. So, and that's a big problem. You need to keep the you could threaten mate with rook b5. That is true. Then actually that's more annoying. I could cover it with rook e8, queen d3, and then something like this.
Yeah.
And I've got to be very careful here with black. I mean, if you start getting starts getting sharp this somehow, yeah. I mean, you were threatening rook h1, but that could be dealt with rook there. So I go check, you go king h8. I could just go rook e7. You don't quite have enough, but then rook, yeah. I mean, you need to have threats on both sides somehow for us to be effective. But
maybe Heb should throw in king g7 and not allow.
Yeah, maybe Heb should just play g6.
Yeah,
that could be right, and just try and. But then we're going to start neutralizing a bit with white somehow. Rook e2. I'd like to say that black's slightly better, but I'm kind of wondering whether he really is. The problem is that I'm not sure how safe can you keep the king as black. But maybe you should try and bring the bishop round, and because I mean, if you can keep your king safe, then you do have some trumps, you know, and you definitely can do some stuff. But I think black's probably a little bit better, but it's not easy. You could easily lose control and then find that white's got queen and rook active, and then you know, so it's a difficult position somehow, as they all are. You know, but I'm a little bit conflicted about it. But I think that black should be a little bit better. But it's easy, you know. I think you've really got to pay attention to your king somehow to make sure that it's completely safe. Before you start, you know, looking for anything else somehow. But that past h pawn could be quite effective. I mean, you could imagine that the rook's getting switched off, getting swapped off, and white not quite paying attention, allowing the h pawn to run. The rook goes behind it, and suddenly you've got to put your queen in front of the pawn, and that's it basically. You know, you're lost. So I think, yeah. Oh, you live near where Mark Hebden plays. Oh, okay, tricky. So yeah, Mark's better, I think, but I'm yeah, it just got to be very careful with your king in these types of positions.
What about Marcus Harvey?
Oh, Marcus Harvey, there he is.
Here we go.
So Marcus, actually, he's had a pretty big tournament so far because he won his first game, then he beat Ilya Smirin in a great game, really. Sacrificed piece for I don't know how many pawns, and then just won with queen and pawns against queen and knight. It was impressive. Obviously, Ilya's a very strong player. Then he lost as black to Velimir Ivic. Can happen. A tough game as well. And now he's white against. Oh no, I was thinking I've seen it. Marcus. Oh, he's won actually.
Oh, he's won. Okay.
So yeah, he's on 3 out of 4.
That's good.
He's doing well.
We'll get someone really strong maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. But this is good. This is a very good start. Plus up 10 points, and you know, deserves it. Have a quick look what's happening with Stanley. So Queen G5 has been played. So the threat is Queen H6 and then Bishop G5 checkmate.
Yes. Yeah, we had that.
However, yeah, if you go Knight G4, then Knight H5 maybe.
What if you go Queen G4? Is it? Oh no, so that's on prise. Knight.
Yeah, Queen G4 is on prise. Knight G4. So Knight H5 would take place.
Yeah.
And then what are we going to do?
That looks pretty scary.
Well, it's a little bit annoying. If I go to H7, you could actually just play the move Queen G4 and then just go for the material.
Clever.
So I think, well, you couldn't go King H8. That is possible. Obviously, this is rather petrifying, but Knight F6. Yeah, this is a problem. If Knight E3, Queen H6, and obviously Knight F6, we just take and go Bishop D4 after. So, okay, so this is kind of worrying. What are we going to find for Stanley here? I mean, Knight H5 is a huge threat here, as well as Queen H6.
You could put the rook onto the H file.
I think we're going to have to do that. So Knight H. Oh, well, okay. Knight H5 check. Maybe well, we got a couple of possibilities. We could try and claim that that we're going to find some compensation somewhere. A bit annoying, this queen's defending everything. Or we could just say, okay, I'm going to play king to g8, for example, and show me the money. And well, I'm not. Are you getting mated here, Natasha?
I mean, I wouldn't be that.
Stanley's played rook
surprised.
h8, of course. Stanley's played rook h8. You're not getting mated, you know. You're not getting mated here, or at least not yet. So would white maybe play? Yeah, but you go h5, h6. I can still run. So okay, well I'll play the rook to c8 then, simply, and just you know.
Yeah.
I think the guy's only got 3 minutes left.
He could get confused, couldn't he?
Oh, and he's playing Stanley. He's playing Stanley the Blitz Demon. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Obviously, I'm trying not to see it, anything too bad, but it's also not obvious. It's not obvious that I'm not seeing any obvious mates here. There's nothing that finishes off dead straight away.
Yeah.
So yeah, what you are a little bit worried about is maybe some ideas like rook c1, and then you're going to be invading in here.
He's not going to play that, is he? He might, I suppose.
You might do. The thing is, of course, just remember that if the king moves here, we get a discovered attack check.
Yes.
So, you know, we're doing a great job of talking this up. Really, he's gone g takes. Okay, that's fine. So I would say now we've got to be a bit careful, because I think if we go rook c8, we'll go h6 and then go rook c1. That would be annoying. That would be. So we probably do need to try and move the queen out of the way.
The queen somewhere. So queen e2 then.
Yeah, queen e2. H6, king there.
Everybody would play rook c1.
Looking, I want to have some sort of threat somehow.
Yeah.
I'm not. This big queen g5, bishop e3 is a bit of a rock of a structure somehow. And obviously, the knight on f6 also, you know, stops the rook from coming to e8, for example. So quite awkward somehow. And yeah, and this move h5 to h6 is quite strong. It's going to stop the black pieces from moving somehow.
Yeah.
But that's,
if the knight moves, we can do rook takes h5.
Indeed, it's just that h6 is going to come. That's going to be the next move, I think, for one.
H6 we don't really want.
No. What can I do? What can I do here? Okay, well, let's say queen e2. It's good to do this. h6, and then rook c1. And then what on earth could we do with black here? Can we do something devilishly clever? I mean, knight f3. Problem is, I don't even have any checks. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, dear me. Knight d3. I can check on the h file, but it's not really. It's hard. It's very hard. It's very hard to see how that. I think g takes h5 is just a good. It's quite a good thing there, really. Let's have a look. Did Socrates? Oh, he's still going. Ooh. I think that's probably resigned. I think because rook e2 check just wins the house. Probably king has been put in the center to resign. I think.
No, can't you go? Can't you go? Oh no, you can't. I was going to say rook c8. but they interpose the rook with check.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 1-0 to yeah. Kai Hanash. Kai's young as well, isn't he?
Yes.
So Kai's been doing. I've certainly seen his name. He beat. Oh, he's done well. He lost the first round to an IM, but he's beaten a 22-43 and a 23-34, and now he's playing a GM. And Kai is equal material, a little bit worse, obviously. These pawns are weak on d5 and b2, but yeah, I think you're right, Mr. Tricky. White knight somewhere, queen f6, getting close to mate. Yeah, no, you're right, Mr. Beads. Pains me to say it, Mr. Beads, but you're right.
So Kai born 2012, so he must be 13.
Not bad.
Youngster.
Good tournament, and yeah, Black's somewhat short of on time there. It's not easy to make progress here.
Yeah.
White's incredibly solid. So it's the 40th.
Now, Kai, we definitely do want to. We need to invite him as well. We need to go on Talented Tuesdays.
Absolutely. Okay, I mean, hanging in there tough. So that's Stanley's played. King f8. Cunning, sidestepping.
H6 just came in like a flash.
Yeah, it's playing somewhere. Stanley needs to find some way to. What
about Queen D3?
Yeah, Rook C1.
And then Queen F5.
We don't really break the grip. That's the problem. White's really Stanley. Stanley's just going for the pawn.
Didn't think of that one.
Actually, that's a very good idea, because I think he wants to take the pawn and then do your idea with Queen F5 and just say, I've got all the pawns.
Yeah, that's a better idea. And that A pawn could be quite fun.
You've got to trust the blitz guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good idea. Just excellent. Come on, Stanley. Let's have a look. Who else have we got here? Shreyas. Let's have a look at Shreyas. Shreyas had an epic draw with Supratit yesterday. And Shreyas was pushing all the way, but eventually Supratit held a queen pawn ending. Yeah, with a nice stalemate trick. It's funny that Lichess said 1-0 as soon as the stalemate was on the board, but Kai played in the London Blitz qualifier, half a point off qualifying. Oh wow, that's really good. Now this is a bit of a position. What on earth is this one? Because that B pawn is pretty fast, you know.
Oh, Tricky found a weird queen sack in the Stanley game.
Just back there.
Oh, and it wins.
Oh, I think you're talking for white, aren't you? You're not talking for black. I'm not quite sure what happens here, to be honest. How do you stop this B pawn?
Yeah.
It's a sort of situation where you've been pressing and all that, and you sort of you sort of emerge and you say, oh well, it hasn't gone great, but at least somebody exchange up, and then you look and then the position's all wrong somehow. This is really dangerous for black, I think. I'm really not sure how you're going to do this.
Yeah.
I think you'll be very lucky if you manage to give up a rook for a knight and a pawn, So yeah, I think
we've jinxed Shreyas.
We drink Shreyas as well. We should have only really looked at foreign players today, shouldn't we? I think that would have been.
What about Amit, at the risk of jinxing him?
Playing a Japanese player. I wonder whether he's a shogi player. Amit looks like he's gonna be I mean, I guess that black's gonna, I mean, that pawn, but you've got this knight c4 takes b2 all the time. So I suspect that this is generally even, basically.
I suppose you meet knight. Oh, no, you don't. Knight c4 with knight d5, perhaps?
Yeah, that's confusing. It's definitely confusing because you could go knight b2. But you could rook d2, knight c6, knight d3. Oh, but that's turning out well for white. No, maybe this is going to be good for white, actually. And you're just going to end up at the very least with a nice pawn structure. Maybe a pawn up in a rook ending, rook and pawn ending. That would be good. I mean, maybe you could just play king f8 with black. And then if you go rook d2, then knight c4. But maybe then you can just go king here and then claim that you're holding everything together, which I think is true. I think Amit will emerge with an advantage here somehow. It could be a bit confusing, but he'll definitely emerge with an advantage. Whoa, Peter Robeson against Thomas Fodor.
Oh, how's that going?
Whoa.
Peter's running low on time, but I think sometimes he does that stuff.
Oh, good Lord. Peter and running low on time is... Oh, bishop. Oh, okay. I was wondering whether he would go... I was wondering whether he would go bishop h7 and then rook g7 or something, but... That may not be good. It's... But what's he going to do now? We want to do something on the back rank, don't we, really? We've got to watch out because we've got queen d2s coming in with a lot of unpleasant threats there.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, I'd like to go
c1 then, maybe.
Maybe king g1. Yeah, why not? To rook c7 then.
Yeah.
Okay. Feels like white should have enough, really, doesn't it? He would have thought somehow, but I mean, I can start playing moves like rook a7 soon, can't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Stanley resigns.
Oh.
Knight e4. No, that's going to be. Oh, queen f1, looking for bishop f1, knight f3. But, yeah.
A queen takes e2. They did. The engine didn't like it.
Well, yeah, but it was plus 5.5 anyway. So, yeah. Hard luck, Stanley. That's just that just. I think it was just the opening was a tough one. White played it very well, and I think just didn't quite manage to get out of that opening alive. But okay, it's it's a loss, but against a strong player, so a higher rated player. So there's nothing wrong with that. So plenty more games and 2 rounds to go tomorrow. So that's plenty of time to get back into things.
Did we see Daniel Fernandez?
We didn't see Daniel. He drew. That's right. Yeah. He drew. He's playing quite nicely, isn't he? He's playing quite drawn with a couple of 2600s, beat the players he should beat. So he's well placed, I think, Daniel, at the moment.
European, no, Commonwealth champion. He is
Commonwealth champion. That's right. So that's actually
what about Matthew Wadsworth?
Oh yeah, we playing against is that Uzbekistan? Rinat Jumabayev. Oh, maybe do the flags tell you? Kazakhstan. Sorry, I do apologize. Kazakhstan. Let's look. Well, Matthew. I rather like black here. I think. I'm not sure. Both sides got incredibly ugly pawn structure. I mean, I could imagine white getting organized the more I think about it, and getting a rook on the b file or something, and then all of a sudden everything's ugly. So I think there's some critical redeployment needed, certainly of this knight on b6, I think.
That could go round, via d7?
Yeah, I mean, knight, if you could do it, I would say knight d7 feels like, really like the move you want to do. Question is whether there's something that that white can do here. I'm not sure. I mean, knight b5s are quite a little bit tricky, really. I think that's probably what white's going for, knight d5, and wants to go rook d2 and control the d file. Maybe it's a bit tricky for black, actually. I'm feeling less enthusiastic as I see it. Just, yeah, all the breaks are... you played quite literally the swindle of your life online. Oh, Simon Rowe beat Balaji. Oh, okay. Let's have a little look at that one. I do apologise, really, because I feel we've been featuring a lot of Arvamud and Balaji's losses recently, because it was also on the British Blitz somehow, but there was a nice tactic, so let's have a little look there. Bishop c1, knight e4. Oh, yes, there was indeed a nice tactic. That was quite nice, wasn't it? Just in order to increase the attack there, queen h3 check.
Wow, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Knight f2.
Yes.
So king g1 played, and then knight f2 and takes there. Yeah.
Yeah,
very
that's a nice one.
Yeah. Yeah, they're dangerous, these IQP positions. You sort of think, I've got all the time in the world, I'm just going to grind forever. And then all of a sudden there's some tactics. And but this one was quite vicious, I have to say. My goodness. Knight g takes f2 and queen f3. Thanks, Peter, for pointing that one out. That was really nasty. All right, maybe take a last look at Badana.
Yeah.
And she's managed to keep it together. Badana's amazing. She really she's got this knack somehow of
not losing.
of not losing or winning games that you sort of feel that she's got no right to win, really. So it's that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
She's still worse though, right?
She's worse. She's worse. Yeah, no, she's worse. So I mean, it's whites to win, of course, but yeah, it's an IQP, so it's not it's not that easy somehow. And yeah, if you can just get rid of that rook off the 6th rank and start getting your own rook active, you might be able to do something. Maybe knight a3 now to come back with knight b5. White's better, of course, and but it's not easy to win this, and that's all you can do with black, right? You can just make it difficult as possible. So we will see how that goes. It's a double round tomorrow, so starting at 10 o'clock tomorrow. So we'll see what happens there. Just have a quick look into Pete. Pete is, oh God, what a rook ending.
That might be. Oh, his king's a bit cut off, isn't it?
Whoa. Yeah, both sides' kings are cut off, so I'm not quite.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe king c8, maybe.
Because black could throw in a check to force the white king back.
Yeah, that's true. And then the g3 pawn goes. Yeah, I mean, I think Pete's been playing check, check, check. I think Pete's probably looking to see whether he wants to repeat for a draw here or whether he can play for a win. I think he probably can't play for a win, to be honest. I don't think you're going to be quick enough to do this. Not with your king on the back rank like that. I mean, white's threatening rook b7. I think this is going to be very tricky because that h pawn will run as well, the g pawn. So I expect probably a draw with her by repetition with rook a3, rook a2 there. So, one last one. I'm just seeing Oleg Verbitsky as black.
Oh yeah.
Because he beat an IM
yes.
earlier. Then he lost to Maciej, who we also saw at the British Blitz, UK Open Blitz.
And Rishi was also at the British Blitz.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, and was doing really well, wasn't he? He fell away a little bit, but he was doing really well. Yeah, I'm not sure really. This looks like it could probably be
the knight on
Yeah.
Really
I was going to say it could be even, but that knight on a4 is kind of worrying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Oh, this must be good for white then, with a knight like that. You
I
must be
think
able to.
so.
You're going to be able to zugzwang black somehow. I
Yeah.
think you. Yeah. So, but yeah, Oleg putting up some great fights here against. He's played some very strong players. So yeah, excellent stuff there. All right. Well, I think we can maybe leave the stream here.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, Tricky. Yeah, there's some good stuff in the elite going on as well. It looks like McShane is beating Gawain. Oh, and Mickey lost to Abdusattorov. Abdusattorov is playing like a beast.
He's really strong, isn't he?
Really, what he did to Vichugov, that ending, he just outplayed him from, it was just like Carlsen. But I mean, he's been a bit off, Abdusattorov, recently. But he's such a tough player, such a tough competitor that when he's on song, he's really a match for anyone. So very impressive. So, okay, I'll leave it there. Thanks very much, everyone, for watching and joining in. It's nice just to test that the whole stream is working and that I'll be able to commentate properly on Wednesday, not on Thursday, but on Wednesday on the Pro Biz. Natasha, good luck.
Thank you very much.
And thanks very much for being on the stream. Always much nicer doing it with two than just on your own. Yeah, have a good evening, everyone. Thanks very much.